Hello everyone, the Mac Tech here, and welcome to a brand new video. And today, I gotta discuss some things that I need to get out of my chest about some bad news for the projects of mine and the future of my movie studio, the Mac Tech Entertainment in general. So, let's go ahead and break down the bad news about my projects right now. Then once I go ahead and do that, I'll let you guys know the reason why that these cancellations are going to happen. So, I have been thinking for the past few days that, let me go ahead and explain why I'm making this announcement now. It'd be better to say it now than later. I have, by dealing with the responsibilities that I have to deal with in my life right now, along with dealing with my responsibilities, trying to live my life at its fullest, and having a real job in my life right now. All of that alongside with the continuous promises that I kept making that I am coming out with this or that project. But at the end of the day, I failed to deliver on that promise. Taking long on a script because there's so many times the process of making projects like that does not go fast. It takes a long time. And I can't stand myself announcing projects for my own movie studio that right now doesn't even exist, because no project is even out. I didn't even release anything because, again, like I've stated before, my projects barely have any hype. There's no excitement to him whatsoever. There's a few people that I know who are excited for the projects, but not everyone knows about my projects, so that of course is a big effect. That's a major thing that affects my projects in general in the most worst way possible. That majorly had to been dealt with Transformers Rise of a Prime, and also the Transformers The Last Night reboot that I'm doing. My remake of Transformers 5. My version of the original version of Transformers The Last Night and what it should have been. Okay, so, the Mac Attack Entertainment will no longer be the name of this channel. I will be making, and I will be coming up with a new name for this channel. Obviously, I'll be changing the name of the channel, but if you do keep seeing the name being the Mac Attack Entertainment, that's because I'm still right now thinking of a new name. But in the meantime, I hate to tell and break the bad news to the people who are awaiting for this project, but also I'm going to be sharing this video and this news to everyone that I've casted to my projects. This hurts me to make this announcement because there are people who are very talented at their work, who are gonna have to hear about how their talent is not going to be shown in any projects anymore because I can't fulfill a promise. Because I still haven't learned how to do things yet. And again, like I already know, working on these projects is a long process. And I barely right now am able to learn any of that stuff because I am dealing with living with my responsibilities in life right now, along with having a real job and with how. And now I've grown. Sadly, I've grown uninterested in making content now. That is, and to me that's horrible, because I always loved making content. I love making content on YouTube. And for the fact that now I am losing interest in making content on my channel now because my projects aren't getting the excitement that is needed and I'm not getting the help that I need on my projects because, again, nobody's interested. And that's completely fine with me. Nobody has to help out if they don't want to at the end of the day. But, again, and another reason why is because, again, I always make announcements and announcements of new projects coming out when I didn't even release a single project. So one thing that I stated to one of my subscribers before about coming out with another project after another project, bringing that back to myself. One of my subscribers back then, Ninja David, he had a project that almost was a part of the MacTech Entertainment. But he kept trying to rush this project, and I didn't give a final yes on this project being a part of the channel. But he kept saying that he had made things in incorrect orders and kept saying that he was planning other seasons when the first season wasn't even fully finished. And I told him, don't do that. It doesn't make sense that you would put other seasons out when you don't even have a season 1. Now I have to remind myself of what I said, because I am doing the exact same thing now. I'm doing the exact same thing now, and all these promises that I'm trying to keep, I just can't keep. Because I can barely have the time anymore to try and learn a thing that is going to take long. So right now, I'm at the moment right now to where I'm not ready. I'm not ready to fully make fan films, motion pictures, video games, series. I'm not ready for all that big stuff. The reason why I announced all these projects in the beginning was because I thought I could be ready. I could learn stuff easily. But now I realize that all the stuff that I have to deal with now, because I can't keep my promises, and that I'm not gaining any interests on my projects whatsoever. To me, it feels like the right thing to cancel all the projects that I've ever announced. That goes for Transformers, Rise of a Prime, Transformers, Faces of Darkness, the live-action Lady and the Tramp, Scamp's Adventure, the Shadow the Hedgehog fan-made sequel video game, as for the Goku live-action project, like I've stated before in a video, I'd give that to one of my best friends who is a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. And I'll give him the option right now. I still have yet to tell him that that's going to be his project right now. But I'm going to have to ask him still if he wants to make this his project. And if he has the interest of doing it, then obviously he can make this project himself and doesn't have to credit me for it. Because again, this is his project now, not mine. I'm not ready to be a director. I thought I could be, but I'm not ready. I'm not fully old enough to be a director. I'm not mature enough to be a director. Actor-wise, yes. I understand what acting can be. Voice acting. I understand what that can be. I can be alright with voice acting. I still have interest with voice acting right now. That is why I am willing to continue to voice act, even I'm still, as of this day, awaiting for more lines for my role of Balto. Once the development for part 2 has started. It hasn't started yet, so obviously I am patiently waiting for this right now. Again, the things that I will say that I will have interest in is voice acting and making the ASMR projects. Those, I believe, are the most easier things out of content creating for me. Sadly, making my own projects, directing them, making my own studio, I'm not ready for all that. So, yeah. So, all those people that I have casted to my projects, they're not going to be able to show their talents on my projects because I didn't have all that stuff learned. That I'm not that I don't have full experience as a director. I thought this stuff would be easier. But at the end of the day, I failed to realize how wrong I am for how short it takes, for how long it takes to become a director, and how long of an experience you must have to become one. Right now, I've been worried about my projects for the past few days. So I feel it's at my best right decision to do to cancel my projects, except for my Lion King ASMR project, which I believe will be easy, and doing voice acting. But my projects that I have ever announced, and the Mac Attack Entertainment slate, is no more. So, to everyone that I've ever casted for Transformers Rise of Prime, Faces of Darkness, the live-action Scamp's Adventure, I would like to apologize to all of you. I'd like to apologize to all of you for failing you as a director, because clearly it's obvious. I'm not a director. Not yet. I'm not ready to be one. I thought I could be ready, but I'm not. Now is not my time. Later on in my future, it could be my time to become a director, but now is not the time. So, I'm just playing it with my safe interest for content creating, putting myself at least pressure on my channel, to no longer announcing new projects that I will of course keep making people feel like that it will never happen because I fail to deliver my promise because of how long it takes to try and learn how this stuff works. I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. But it's going to take more than 2 or 1 years to learn that stuff. Again, I know it's not a short process to learn. It takes more than 2 years to learn how to be a director, how to be a movie maker, and everything like that. So again, to all that I've casted, I apologize. And if you hate me for my choice, I don't blame you. You can be mad at me all you want, and you have every right to be mad at me for it. And again, I'm sorry for the choice that I'm making here. These projects will not see the light of day. But I do assure you, to those who were casted in my canceled projects now, I do wish you good luck on your roles that you already have that are coming out. Thing that matters is that you have roles that you will be able to have people hear around the world. That's the only thing that matters. Thank you guys so much for watching. My only interests on YouTube now is the continuation of voice acting and continuing to learn how to do ASMR for the ASMR Lion King project I'm doing still. The Mac Attack signing out. The Mac Attack Entertainment Studio doesn't exist.